So, hello everyone. Um, a little recap. Uh, Last week when we spoke about clinical trials, basics of the clinical trials. ठीक है, तो clinical trials क्या होते हैं, uh, how they are different and all those kind of things. Okay, this time we'll move on from the basics of clinical trial to a website called ClinicalTrial.gov. Uh, आप ऐसे समझो कि क्लिनिकल ट्रायल्स का एक कंसल्टिंग में जो भी काम कर रहा है स्पेसिफिकली फॉर द सीआई स्पेस, CI forecasting and for everyone, but in consulting altogether, this is one of the most the most basic and important website. I've seen people saying कि आज वेबसाइट .gov डाउन थी एंड मुझे बहुत दिक्कत आई, मुझे बहुत परेशानी आई एंड so yeah, this website is more of a database. So थोड़ा सा हिस्ट्री बताता हूँ इस वेबसाइट के बारे में. So this website started long back, and as always, CI और consulting वाले बेसिकली जो वेबसाइट या जो भी कुछ प्लेटफॉर्म होता है वो किसी और चीज के लिए बना होता है. वी ऑलवेज सेकेंडरी रिसर्च, हम हमेशा उसको यूज करके वी फाइंड आउट इंटेलिजेंस बेसिकली. So this website was made, by the US National Library, and NIH, which is National Institute of Health, key help se. So that's the way, same company, who created NIH and NCI. NIH basically has created a PubMed. So you all must know what is PubMed. We will cover that also in maybe subsequent sessions. So अभी के लिए we're talking about ClinicalTrials.gov. So this website was actually made for the purpose कि people can find, doctors, HCPs can find uh, trials where they can refer their patients, seeing the criteria, they can refer their patients or get them enrolled, uh, into in the trial basically. And but now I'm not sure how much doctors or HCPs are using it, but consulting people like us, CIA analysts like us, we are using this website day in day out, you know, to find data and to find a lot of data. Similar to ClinicalTrial.gov, there are multiple other websites as well. Obviously, they are country specific, so I'll show you some examples of it as well. So here you can see these are clinical trial registries. US or global के लिए we already have ClinicalTrials.gov, which I'm going to explain. I'll take one session covering all the others also, but one session is dedicated to .gov. Then for international trial registries, for WHO website basically is given here. Then for India, we have CTRI. Then for Russia, we have clinical-trials.ru. Japan ke liye, we have umin.ac.jap. But apart from that, there is one more website which is for Japan. If you search, you will find it. UK के लिए HRA NHS website है. Similarly, you can see, for Europe के लिए. So if I have to say, if I have to rank these websites in terms of importance, I would say city.gov, clinicaltrials.gov basically. Then Udracity, which is European Trial Registry. Then maybe I'll put WHO site because usually it does not have additional details, but yeah, it sometimes carries, some new trials or especially infectious disease trials which are running in third world nations. So yeah, that can be checked from there. There is one other important website which is a Chinese website. I've forgotten to add the name here. Just so I'll put that in probably the description of the mail of the video. So coming back, these are websites. That's how we find information. Now let me show you what is clinicaltrial.gov. So a very simple way. You go onto Google, you type in this, or you can just type this. Obviously, I've been using this website day in, day out. So, you know, ये immediately आ गए. You can read about this at multiple places. I'm not going to cover that, but ये आपके अपने interest के ऊपर है. If you want to do it, but yeah. So, if you go onto this website, ये page खुलेगा. Say I told you, NIH, National Library for Medicine, NCBI. So NCBI is the same organization which runs PubMed, which I've already told you. Now, what is PRS? PRS login is basically people who, add the entries of the trials basically on this. So anyone can apply for it. There are there's certain terms and conditions and documentation which is required. But yeah, anyone can apply for this. That's how pharma companies get their trials added here. Now, so if you go onto the about section, you'll find updates about clinicaltrial.gov, trends, modernization, all these, information. Then they have certain policies. You can find the policies here. Data and API, how to download the study record, access the app record and everything. So again, resources for PRS accounts and then resources. Then study key basics. So this is very important section for you as an analyst. What are the study basics? So how can you learn from these study basics basically? So I've already opened the tabs and then find studies. So, even they have given you tricks to how to find the studies. So before we go on to finding the studies, let's look up, learn about studies. So yesterday you must have seen the image, this one. So there are two types of studies. One is a clinical trial, or an interventional study, or another is an observational study. The main difference between these is interventional or where um, you know patients or subjects are given drugs, whereas in observational uh, there is no intervention is given from the observer. Okay, they just observe the daily life. It can be anything. So it's an observational study, as the name suggests. Okay. So you can read about the basics of clinical research from here. Why it is done, what type of research, okay, who can join, uh, safety, before trial, during trial, and after the trial, what happens, those kind of things. In terms of data, what are the data points, or data can be collected, um, who carries out, uh, okay, uh, what is expanded access, So yeah, definitions. Then if we move on from this, then we have how to read them. Quick guide. So this is a very quick guide. Okay. It gives you nuances of how to access the data, which I will show you and tell you about. But yeah, this is good documentation to read about, to read the basics basically from this. Okay. I would also request you or tell you that there is a glossary section which I'm about to open, I think. This talks about results. Same thing. Um, Sorry, one more thing which I forgot to talk about is results. So, in some studies, there are results given in the bottom. Again, these results are being submitted by the pharma companies on git.gov. So, uh, government does not tag results from one place to another. Pharma companies do that. So, results are given here. So, this shows how to read these results and so on and so forth. So moving on, how to search for clinical trials. We'll talk about that. Okay. So yeah, there is this glossary. So I would really suggest you all before you start, because if you're a beginner, before you start reading about trials, I would suggest you to go through this glossary in a very detailed way. The reason is because this glossary gives you a very detailed idea on what are the terminologies, what means what, uh, and then so on and so forth. So this is a very important document or important page or important resource to read about and study. So that's how you do it. That's from where you do it. Now, how to search? Again, see, it has given you step by step guide. You probably might not even need me also for this if you want to go through this document uh, and read. One interesting thing, general tip, not an and to help search. So hope you remember a lot of time, sometime back, in the initial part of my videos or my initial videos, I have spoken about the operators and operator or not, these kind of operators. So these operators don't even not only work on Google, but they also work on this basically. So it is very important if you learn these operators, how to utilize these operators and what's the use. So yeah, please carry on and if you've not gone through that video, please go through that video first about the operators and then you know you can do an effective research here. Okay. Complex search queries. See, again, it has shown you and or not, quotes, parentheses, similar kind of, uh, you know, operators which I've already discussed. So, Boolean operators, grouping operators, which I've already shown you. There is this context operator. I'll refrain myself from using them because it sometimes, limit the search a lot. So I will not use, I don't use them. I know about them, but I don't use them. So yeah, then we have source operator. Okay, again, I refrain myself from doing this. Scoring operator, again, not there. Search from string. So honestly, I've covered nearly all of them. Okay. Uh, these are very complex operators which you might not even need while doing your research. But yeah, if you want to go through them, you can read from this and But yeah, your basic operators and or not parenthesis and what was that? Double quotes. Okay, so you're grouping operators. These work very well. Now, the good thing about so one may say that this is good for research, but what about tracking? मैंने रिसर्च कर ली, मतलब एक बार मैंने ट्रायल्स देख लिए, बट नाउ आई वांट टू नो कि कौन से नए ट्रायल्स आ रहे हैं या कोई ट्रायल अपडेट हो रहा है, तो वो मैं कैसे देखूं? सो वन वे इज कि आप डेली वो सर्च स्ट्रिंग्स लगाएं एंड सर्च करें, एंड अनदर ट्रिक इज यू सर्च एंड पुट an RSS feed, एंड जैसे ही कोई ट्रायल अपडेट होगा या नया ट्रायल आएगा उस सर्च स्ट्रिंग में या उस सर्च में, एंड इफ आई पुट इन an RSS feed, it will automatically get captured and वो आपको RSS feed पे आ जाएगा. So basically two things. I have spoken about operators. I have spoken about RSS feeds. Now you are getting it. कि why did I speak about them पहले? The reason is कि वो आपको यहाँ पर और हर जगह पर एक्चुअली आपको सर्च करने में हेल्प करेंगे. सो ये बताते समय जस्ट रिकॉल्ड अबाउट द कराटे किड. सो यू नो आप लोगों ने अगर कराटे किड देखी हो, तो पुरानी वाली, बेसिकली द फर्स्ट कराटे किड, मिस्टर मियागी कराटे किड से बेसिकली से जो है डेक साफ करवाते थे, पेंट करवाते थे. सो they clean like this and rub like that and then paint like this, okay, like that. So I know, I mean, this shows a little funny, okay, but हाँ, I hope you're getting the point कि अभी अब जो हम कर रहे हैं, this is part of your your training basically, कि आरएसएस फीड कैसे निकालने हैं, ओके, आरएसएस फीड क्या होता है, उसे कैसे यूज करना है, वगैरह वगैरह. देन योर ऑपरेटर्स कैसे यूज किए जाते हैं, व्हाट आर द रूल्स, ये सब चीजें इंपॉर्टेंट है एक्चुअली, एंड दैट्स द रीजन आई हैव कवर्ड देम इनिशियली, बिकॉज मुझे मालूम है कि ये और मैंने ऐसे ही सीखा है. नॉट जस्ट दैट कि मैं आपको ऐसे बता रहा हूँ, मैंने सीखा खुद भी ऐसे ही है, एंड दैट्स व्हाई आई एम टेलिंग यू. ओके, कमिंग बैक टू city.gov. सो मैंने आपको आरएसएस फीड्स के बारे में बता दिया कि इसमें क्या-क्या फीचर्स हैं. ओके, रिजल्ट डेटा एलिमेंट, ऑब्जर्वेशन स्टडी, दिस वी डोंट नीड. So yeah, and so a lot of people have published about you know quoting city.gov. And even I'm writing a paper, which is focused on city.gov. So yeah, so they have, because PubMed is them their own platform, or obviously this is also, so they have selected those trials, or sorry, those papers which are talking about city.gov, especially. So these are those papers basically. So if you want to check out any of those papers, I have read few of these, not in 2023, but 19 and 20, and 18. That time I used to have a little more time, so I used to read, and काफी इंटरेस्टिंग पेपर्स होते हैं. तो अगर आपको पढ़ना हो, you can do that. So it's a very good. And apart from that, there are few papers which are not actually listed here, but you can go on PubMed from here or outside and read those papers as well. वो probably 2024 में भी कुछ लिखे गए होंगे which are not yet published here, but you can read the latest ones. So moving on, there is a very amazing thing here. We have a lot of trends and charts. Okay, so this is also very important, or good information. You have a lot of charts here, which are which shows you a lot of details, जैसे location type. कि यूएस ओनली, नॉन यूएस ट्रायल्स कितने हैं? सो 280,000 trials जो है, 280K trials basically are non-US trials. 152K are basically 152,000 trials are US specifically, and both non-US and US are these ones, and those which are not provided. Okay, so you can find this information. These are very good trends to see how things have evolved or evolving. Uh, you can even use this analytics to maybe make promotional material or informative material for your LinkedIn pages and all that. So this is very important information, good information for, uh, for just your understanding as well as for your LinkedIn pages and all those places. Over the year trials कितने बड़े हैं, ठीक है? This is okay, 3 days back तक का डेटा है, बेसिकली फ्राइडे तक का डेटा है इस पे, ठीक है? Results कितनों पे पोस्ट हुए हैं and so forth. And obviously they have taken a very limited number, but you can see the analytics here, a lot of good details like ClinicalTrials.gov listed इतने studies with location in 50 states and 2,223 countries. As of 2021, March 2021, they have received 4.5 million visitors on a monthly basis. So impressive website, impressive data. Now, so when we have covered all these, we have come on something which is what I wanted to discuss. So this probably will go on to the next video, because again my 30 minutes is about to be over, and I don't want to you know run through it very fast. Hush through it, but the important thing about this, again, I'll tell you. So it's same as your operators and your RSS feed and your other tools basically. This is going to solve a lot of purposes. So, kaise? First thing it's going to give you is कि कौन-कौन से molecules you know आपको pipeline बनाना है, आपको landscape बनाना है, and you want pipeline molecules. So what are pipeline molecules? Pipeline molecules वो होते हैं जो अभी clinical stage में हैं. That's a terminology which is used for the clinical stage molecules or which are not approved basically. It could be clinical, it could be preclinical or discovery. They are called pipeline molecules. Okay. आपको पाइपलाइन मॉलिक्यूल्स यहाँ से मिल जाएंगे। आपको ये मिल जाएगा कि कौन सा ट्रायल कौन सी कंट्री में चल रहा है, कौन सा मॉलिक्यूल किन किन कंट्री में भी एसेस हो रहा है। It will tell you, it will give you an information on के you'll get the information के लोकेशन से you'll get the information कि okay ये molecule outside US assess हो रहा है. So that means either they will do a US specific study separately, or they're presently not planning to do a assess this molecule or launch this molecule in US, because US is very specific. जब तक FDA को US specific data नहीं मिलेगा, they will not approve that molecule. Okay, so इस टाइप की चीजें. ओके, फॉर एग्जांपल मुझे सोरियाटिक आर्थराइटिस पर सर्च करना है, मल्टीपल स्क्लेरोसिस पर सर्च करना है, तो दिस platform is what gives you a lot of information. Apart from that, landscapes के लिए I have already told you in the drugs video, जिसमें मैंने how to search about the drugs information, पाइपलाइन से और approved drugs कहाँ से लगते हैं, all that. तो वो इन्फॉर्मेशन मैंने आपको ऑलरेडी एक वन ऑफ दोज प्रीवियस स्लाइड्स मैंने सॉरी वीडियोस में मैंने दे रखा है. सो फोकस ऑन दैट, गो थ्रू दैट वन ऑल्सो, एंड आई होप थोड़ा समझ में आया, थोड़ा यूज हुआ होगा. Before I start the next video, I would before I publish this next video, I would say please if you're following me, please glossary section में जाकर जरूर पढ़िएगा. Just go through the glossary and then read about this, because again this is going to be very important. Okay, so this is what it is. Please do share your feedback कि अब ये हिंदी एंड इंग्लिश वाले वीडियोस बेटर हैं, ज्यादा समझ में आ रहा है, and what else do you want me to improve or add here? I'll do that. Plus, if you have many more suggestions, please do share that with me. I'm making this videos with a lot of hard work. You can see कि अभी 30th September का it's approximately 1 o'clock, and I'm still working and making videos for you. So please थोड़ा सा take your time, go through these videos, share your feedback, share it with other people, which is very very important कि आप और लोगों से शेयर करो इसको. इससे ये नहीं होगा कि यू आर थिंकिंग कि मेरा चांस मिस हो जाएगा या कोई और कुछ सीख जाएगा. नो, इट वुड रियली हेल्प मी, एनकरेज मी. ज्यादा लोग के पास पहुंचेगा तो दे विल गिव मी मोर फीडबैक कि और क्या करा जा सकता है इन वीडियोस में. what all can I include? Obviously, step by step, I'm including a lot of things. And so, yeah, please spread the word, spread the information, and happy learning. Take care. Bye bye.